Hey everyone, this is Darla with Inspirational Moment. Thank you for tuning in to receive an inspirational message from God. I will be your host today. Thank you for listening in and receive your inspirational message. Check us out on Spreaker Radio, Google Radio, and iHeartRadio, and our own YouTube channel, Dr. John Williams Elite Hour. Hi, how is everybody on this first day of March? Hello, March. We just finished February and we still have snow on the ground and we're just waiting for spring to come. So what are we going to talk about today? Well, today we are going to talk about spring into action. How do you spring into action? Today, are you kind of holding back on something? Sometimes it's hard for us to focus on an uncomfortable situation and we don't know what to do. And sometimes we get to the point where we're like, we cannot take the situation anymore and we've had enough. And the light bulb goes off. And we're wondering, what can we do? Enough is enough. You know, sometimes we go through these situations because God is wanting us to become tough. And He wants us to spring forward from our setbacks. You know, God has given us times that are so hard with, say, you're going through a circumstance right now where you don't see no answer and you keep hitting that door. That door just keeps closing. And you're like, well, is this it? You know, why does this door keep closing on me? You know, God has equipped us with skills of knowledge and wisdom to positively impact our outcome. All we have to do is spring into action, trusting God today for Him to do what He is incapable of doing in our lives. Whatever you are facing at this very moment, whether it's a spiritual, a financial, or an emotional circumstance, God wants you to know that you have everything that it takes to rise above the moment. Let me say that again. God wants you to know that you have everything it takes to rise above the moment. Could He be challenging you to put your faith in action and make a move? Let me say that again. Could He be challenging you to put your faith in action and make a move? I know we all don't have the answers. None of us have them all. But you know what? Believe it or not, you have all you need to be making a positive difference in your life. Because God is on your side. He has anointed you to thrive in the middle of any circumstance. Even when things look dark and gloomy, you don't have to stay stuck in a rut. Say you've been trying to get this one job and every time you go for something, the door shuts. And you're just like, I've had enough. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. But you do not have to live a life wishing things are different. You yourself have the power to change it. You know, I think about Moses in the Bible, and the children of Israel were being chased by Pharaoh's army. You know, the Red Sea was in front of them, and their pursuers were behind them. It looked like they were stuck between a rock and a hard place. How terrified were they? And the Lord told Moses to use the rod that he already had in his hand and stretch it out over the sea. And when Moses obeyed him, what happened? God made a way out of no way, and the water parted and stood at attention. The Israelites that were so afraid now could walk across on dry land. So today, think about the rod in your hand. What's in your hand that you're not using? Isn't it about time you spring into action? You can do it. Yes, you can. Instead of questioning whether or not you can do what God is challenging you to do, begin believing that I can. I love Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. The question isn't if, but how. And trust me, if you begin walking in faith today, and the how will manifest sooner than you expect it to. You know, how can we spring into action? How do we get the motivation to push forward, to follow through? Here's 3 F's: faith, focus, and follow. Think about that. The 3 F's: faith, focus, and follow. How can you spring into action today on what you're going through? We have to trust God, because God will take care of you. He has already equipped you with what you need. God knows how awesome you are. He knows the potential you have. So don't look at the hard times today. Don't focus on them. Think about how you today can spring into action and take care of your situation. Sometimes it's really hard, I know. You're just like, I don't know what I'm going to do. Say you've got a financial situation or a relationship problem, and you don't know what to do. Well, God has equipped you with what you can do. Think about that. God has already equipped us. You know, we have to change our circumstance. We have to go forward, just like in March, how we spring forward. We have to go forward and change our circumstance. I love it that God has gave us the knowledge and the wisdom. He is just such a God of love, and He sees us. He sees where we are facing. He knows the outcome, but He wants us to take our faith and spring forward. Take your faith today and spring forward. Get out of that rut that you're stuck in. You have the power to change it. Just like we talked about Moses imparting the Red Sea for the Israelites to cross. He put that rod in his hand. What is in your hand? Think about that. What is in your hand that you are not using today? You need to spring into action. You can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Walk in faith today. Just think about that today. Just take time and walk in faith and spring into action. Get your motivation up. Follow the 3 F's that I talked about. Faith. Have faith. Focus on what you need to do to change your situation and follow it through. We can spring forth today and we can be blessed. So whatever situation you're going through today, take action. Spring forward. Don't go backwards. Go forward. And, put your faith and trust in God. He knows your situation, but He wants you to take action. So today, think about it. It's the first day of March, and God wants you to take action. He wants you to spring into action. Thank you today for listening to an inspirational message with Darla. I pray today that you take action in whatever situation you're in.